Oh, hey, look. It's time for me to start. Good morning, my crafty creatures. It is Friday. It is finally Friday. Uh, I can't express how pleased I am that it is finally Friday. Uh, I actually had, I've actually had a pretty productive morning. I can't complain too much. I might, but I shouldn't have to. Um, I got I got both air conditioners in, so now husband creature has a nice cool room to uh to sleep in. Now I'm overheated for whatever reason. So I don't know if it's actually hot, um, or if I'm just hot. It's kind of like when I'm cold. I don't know if it's actually cold or if I'm just cold. But I got my AC in yesterday because I went outside and I worked real hard and I came in and I was yucky and I went, I'm gonna get my AC. So I did. Um, Actually, it gives me space in my staging room so that I can start taking stuff out and donating it to places because I need to get in there and donate stuff. And also clean and organize. But I have this. Right now they're being chill right now. They are. They are being good dogs. Um so last night I got to work with one of my coworkers who was trained on overnights, then came to my shift where I was getting to know her, and then she got moved to days. And I got to work with her last night because we're short staffed and we're taking people wherever we can get them. And I had a really like solid conversation with her because I've been trying to find my footing in my displeasure of some situations at work. So I am supposedly a shift supervisor. And the reason I say supposedly is I actually don't have any power. Um, I can't do it. And I'm basing this off of my previous shift supervisor and the responsibilities and things that they were able to do that I have yet to be even able to learn. Well, I know how. Learn how to do them appropriately for the workplace. And and whenever I inquire, I get, well, we don't really need that. And my in my conversations with this coworker, let me see if I can find my. Okay, I did. Um, I've come to the realization that I'm not upset that I don't get the supervisory, like, I'm not upset that I don't have the position. I am upset that I was told that I had the position and then and never given the opportunity to train or actually have a regular schedule where I was able to, even one or two shifts where I was at the desk, which is where the supervisor resides, is the desk. They do the paperwork that comes in. They order the meds. They're like the nerve center, so that the CRMAs just have to pass meds. It's not that I didn't get to do desk. It's the fact that because I supposedly carry the title, even when I'm on the med carts, I'm still expected to do all the work. So because the and I don't find that fair. It's not that I mind being on the med carts. Honestly, I like interacting with the residents. I'm not upset at all that the that I'm on the med cart. It's when I was told I was going to be in one area, and then I come in and I'm not. um, and to add insult to injury, I'm told, don't whine about it, don't complain about it. We did it for a reason. Well, my autism demands that reason. And as I grow more and more comfortable with my brain and how I process things, I want to know why. It's not that I care what the reason is I just want to know what the reason is, because in the big picture of things, it allows me to place you how much essentially I'm going to like you and or trust you. Your response to why dictates how I feel about you. And when you do not give me a why, I do not see a reason to particularly respect you. And this comes as I'm still battling my feelings about my boss being a trumpet, even amid all of this shit that the girls are fighting. Oh, I love it. I was watching that like soap operas last night. I'm like, oh my god, this is fantastic. But I don't know how to feel, and I still haven't heard from that company. So it's very frustrating there. And today is the last day that I have any sort of hope. Like if they get back to me soon, like later on, that's fantastic and great. But honestly, at this point in time, it has been almost 3 weeks since I've interviewed. Last week, they told me that they would have a decision at the beginning of this week, and I have not heard from them. So I've kind of lost hope that I'm going to get a yes. And that's fine. Like that's just part of life. I'm fine with it. But at the same time, I'm not going to start looking for another job again until after August, because August is just bananas for me. August is where the stream goes on its yearly 2-week vacation. Oh yeah, I know what that is. I'm looking. I'm looking at notifications. I'm like, what the hell is that? But oh, it was a inbound uh, uh package, and I'm like, why would I? I ordered different claws for my meadow dragon. So for my meadow dragons, I should say, because the one that I have he's already up and going. We're not changing his claws out, and I almost done that wing. Today I'm gonna finish the wing, and I'm gonna get him all sewn together, and I'm gonna put the top wings on and see how he looks. And if I don't like him, I can add the bottom ones. But I think he'll look super cute with just the tops. Well, it would take me a few hours to get there. I've almost almost won the battle with a so I pulled the wrong end of a skein of yarn, and and this is an older skein, so it got tangled. The newer ones are much better, but I pulled the wrong end of an older one, and it got tangled, and I've been fighting with the knot for the better part of 5 days. And I'm talking multiple hours each one of these days. It wasn't just like 5 minutes, I got a big chunk done. No, I'm talking hours of fighting with this knot. And I finally reached the point where it is almost caked up, and then I can clean up all my colors that all the colors that I've used on smaller projects that I've loosened. I've loosened the cake, so I got to re-cake them. Yeah, just turn on, make a movie channel, make a dummy Discord account, and make a movie channel. Yeah. Yeah, I listened to your message, Jules, and I just giggled because when I was listening to it, I was I was passing meds, and uh had come across the PRN suppositories. It's my Friday. I have an 8-hour shift, and then I have the weekend off. Well, if you found a spot of peace, then I am glad for that moment of peace. I I support this. I'm in my moments of peace right now. My goals for this weekend, they're not huge, and I'm hope and I also have to make inside outside goals because I don't know if it's going to rain or not. Because well, it's the weekend in New England, and apparently for the past few months that okay, so I'm back. To get 939 done, and to oh, I don't know, get the at least before work goals is to get the knot all done. I would love to get on stream 939 done. After stream, get that knot all settled, and then to get the Meadow Dragon secondary wing all done, so that I can finish him up and show him off at work. Because I showed him pictures, and now people want to see him. So, And I think tonight I'm gonna bring one of my bag pieces in so that I can work on getting that finished because they're bags, they're not exciting. And unfortunately for me, I need change. But I also want to get the bag that I'm working on done because it's merchandising. Okay, there's that. And I'm coming to the end of this piece of string, so I'm trying to fill in all the wild and crazy areas. I have more string, but in case anybody was worried, I have more string. Also, books is the redeem if you want to enter to win a copied, and they're soft cover. She doesn't have hardcover, but it's. I'm very confused right now. 1 second. Okay, so that was weird. The dogs are barking at nothing. Well, I shouldn't say that's weird. Um, because there was something out there, but they were blocked from seeing it. Um, yeah, dogs, and the force in which I booted off my desk knocked my display heads around. Ugh. Okay, so back to what we were doing. Please lay down, ma'am. Couche. Hey, couche. Okay. I'm rearranging the void because it's gonna be getting a bath here soon. Because my house is dusty and yucky. It was someone getting out of a car in front of my house. Now I have blacked out all the windows on the front of my house because of Pixie's issues. So I'm very confused. She probably heard it because I haven't soundproofed the front of my house. Like, my house is pretty soundproof. Like, when I turn on the cameras and I'm inside the house and I'm listening to the outside of my house, like, I have done a really good job soundproofing. But they're dogs, so So I have been slacking on getting. I have more than $2.05 pencils out. I have a couple of drafts in my TikTok queue, but uh, I have not gotten them published because there's a little bit more editing I have to do, and I just this week's just been this week has just been this week. That's something that I'm gonna try to push out today as well. Is my generation, what is it, generation 1 year 2 collections of the ponies that I have, and showing off the ones that I don't. Year 3 was My Little Pony's really big year, so I've gotten year 1 and year 2 all done. But now I'm trying to ramp up year 3 and have it sort of coherent and organized, because I have a lot of year 3 ponies because it was such a big year. And I have to go through and see who I have, see who I don't have, because there are collections. Like the rainbow ponies were a collection. Luckily in year 2, there were 2 collections. There were the rainbow ponies, and then there was the general crew. And no, wait. Yeah, and the general crew. But year 3, holy fuck. Holy fuck. So that's what I've been dealing with. I know, first world problems. But I've been working on the ponies. Okay, so no, I'm sorry. I'm just done with you. And I know she wants to go out and play, which is also on my list of things to do. And I will get most of these things done, funny enough. I'm really good at time management. It's just when they demand time before it's time. I would love to invest in they are the slat tracks for dogs. Um, it's like it's a dog treadmill essentially, but it isn't. It's dog powered. They go as fast or as slow as they want. Um, and I think they're really cool. It's really nice for, like, I have active dogs. There are some days where I am just not active, and these dogs unfortunately are very active every day. Pixie and Cesar are 8 years old, and their energy level is bananas, and they are senior dogs. Um, and I work with them best I can. Well, I'm thinking that in my adventures I'm gonna get marrow bones for tomorrow to give me some time to have wood dogs not up my bum. But I know a trip to Lowe's is happening tomorrow. Um, because I've learned Lowe's has better lumber than Home Depot. And actually, I might even go out to uh it's a local area. It's called Hammond Lumber. And they might even have even better, because they are basically a lumber yard. And what I'm looking for. The reason I say Lowe's is I might just go out back and grab a couple of their pallets. Like my car can fit 3 pallets in it with no real problem. And I actually have hooky things um, that I can put on my car, and I could hook pallets to the top of my car. But because I've opted to use the pallets as use their support wood for, if my brain would work, so the support wood for the wall covering in my knee walls in the attic. Um, because ultimately, I'm gonna wallpaper over it. The attic is going to be my experiments with wallpaper. And I'm gonna go wild and crazy with it too. So, um, for example, like, and the reason I really like this particular room and its setup is the desk, like what I'm working at right now. Right behind me is just a wall, and I'm designing the room specifically for and with the intent of streaming. So I'll have cool stuff there, but it's gonna have um, like, because it's near a window, it's gonna have like a little relaxy spot near the window, um, which is gonna be glass tile. Well, not glass tile, but glass blocks. And I'm that might be what I do tomorrow is get that window all set in place. Doobie doo. Okay, where am I now? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Best part about where I'm working is it's mostly, at least right now, it's just mostly back and forth and fill in the blank spots. Like there's a couple spots that I needed to keep an eye out for, but I already worked around those, and that one's all set. Oop. Okay. I'm glad that I looked at the pattern because I was not initially paying attention. Oh well. Oh well. If you are not a professional, don't do that. I just know that that's an end of a. Oh my goodness. But yeah, my new setup, the back wall is going to be, and this is why it's experimenting with wallpaper. I have found an ombre teal to purple glitter wallpaper that I am dying to try. Um, and and the side walls are probably going to be just as crazy. Um, because it's my video room and I do what I want. The knee walls are going to have yarn storage, and there are a couple of areas where it's a little deeper that I'll put crafts that I don't use as much, or items, bigger items that I don't use as much. And they're going to have slidey out drawers. That's the big thing with the knee walls, is they're going to have drawers that slide out. One of the design flaws that I've been hemming and hawing about is, do I want to make workspace? And what I mean by that is, because obviously I'm going to have a desk with room for the cross stitch and whatnot. But I could easily set up a system where I have a flat surface that slides into the top of the knee wall at an angle that I can pull up, out, and put down as a workspace. Like, just have the legs fold out and just a temporary workspace. Like, if I want to do a diamond dot stream that day, I can do that instead of having to move my cross stitch all over creation. One of the things, if if the stars align, is I'm gonna put down some of the flooring I took up because it was put down improperly and it's just messy and all the fun. And I want to put it in properly, and get some of that work done. Because in all fairness, if I got bare minimum the insulation up, and funny enough, the back wall that I was just talking about with the teal and the purple, I have scraps of drywall small enough. I'm gonna essentially scrapyard as much as I can, because I don't throw anything out for this reason. But I'm gonna try to at least have the back wall be a drywall situation. And I might be able to do some of that today. I got it all insulated. Save for like 2 spaces, which are in the knee wall area. But I've gotten all the visual areas insulated and ready to go. So that's I've actually, talking about it out loud, I've actually been pretty busy. And I'm using a lot of scrap building material. I mean, it's the material for the job. I'm not using the material that's not for the job, but at the same time, it's still leftover items, and I'm actually getting use out of them. Whew. Yeah, I think I'm having a hot flash. That's actually something I've been wondering about because I am almost of that age where perimenopause, um, and or menopause. My mom was 45 when her menopause started, and I have lots of questions because much like COVID, I already feel like ass most of the time. So I'm not sure. I am not sure as if um I will know if my body is like, oh hey, we're stopping this. But I have a doctor's appointment on Thursday. Oh yeah, so next week is gonna be wild and crazy. Um, yeah, and I'll have more info. Oh, it's Friday. I'll have more info on Monday about next week. I'll also have more info about streaming with Bridget. And the book redeem is only 200 points because I'm trying to encourage people to come on in, um, and sit and read while I craft or something like that. I'm trying to amp my side hustle. I've been doing kind of a shitty job at marketing myself. Dragon does a better job at marketing me than I do. That's what Dragon can do for call dances. You can I'm making Captain Penis. You can market me. Oh my god. I knew it. I knew it. Eh. It was funny. I was talking to my bestie, and I was going, so so I'm ordering your books on Tuesday, and she's like, well, I can get them at a discount. And I'm like, no, I refuse. And she's like, but why? Okay, my computer had a crisis. Um, deep cleansing breaths. Anyway, so talking about buying Bridget's books through Amazon because that ranks her, and that will give her the higher she's ranked, the more she'll sell. All kinds of good stuff. Um, and yes, I agree, Jules. Your past couple days have been a full stop shit show. Um, I actually I've I have a little dumpster fire crochet thing that I want to make. Okay, my setup is falling down. Ow! So please excuse while I tighten my nuts. I also have the Kindle pre-order, but I'm ordering. I'm going to definitely ordering two copies of paperback. I will go up to five, maybe more. Who knows? But I have presents. No, that's the wrong way. Is that the wrong way? Yep, that was the wrong way. Oh my goodness. This one was really loose. My wing nuts are loose. Oh, there we go. Okay. And that's another thing with moving upstairs, is I'll be able to redo my setup here better. Okay, there. Can I do this? Yes, yes, I can. But yeah, she offered a discount, and I'm like, no, I want to get you your rankings. I'll pay for the rankings. I want you to be number one. So I got to do a couple. Got to do a couple more videos. I got to get better at doing videos. At least videos that showcase me. It's kind of like my friend Kevin. I'm not into fitness. He is a power lifter, and he does a lot of gym stuff. He does a lot of very educational, very cool videos. He's a competitive lifter. I don't know jack shit about it, but whenever I see his content pop up on my page, I make sure to intentionally go over, watch it, give it a like. I don't necessarily share it because I need to I need to try to convince my algorithm to pay attention to me, but I I try to boost up my friends where I can. I don't need people to like send me money, but if you can do the free things, that is fantastic, and that helps me out a lot. Because again, I'm that person who I'm like, oh yeah, I make really awesome things, and if people want my stuff, I'm here, but I'm really bad at marketing, even though I specialized and focused in it in college. Like, I enjoy marketing. I can market the fuck out of anybody except myself. You need a hype girl, you need some support for marketing. I am your person. When you ask me to use it on myself, I'm trying to get over the fact that I'm like, no, nope, I'm not. I don't want to bother anybody. That kind of thing. That's what it is I don't want to bother people with my stuff. Oh my goodness. Ear itches. Mm, mm, mm. I also need to take the time to run the solid wire up into the space here. The long network cable. I have the route all cleared out. I have not run the wire yet. Mm-hmm. Closing in the side. This is really a big color. Like, it's all this blue from like here over and down. It's all this blue except for that one dot right there, little bitty dot. So this is my life now. This is my existence now. Might go outside with some black spray paint to fix some of my, because it's not raining and I can do it, fix some of my scuffing occurrences. Mhm. I think I finalized my brain what I'm gonna purchase for my home improvement weekend pay period weekend project, because I need to do this and I keep putting it off for piffle things. I need to buy the first support for my addition. I need to get a cinder brick to set it on. I need to get a, actually I think I have the lumber to support it, and I need to get the jack. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. That's gonna be my big purchase this weekend. It's gonna be my house purchase, so that I can start stabilizing the addition. Now, you all y'all gotta hold me to this now too. Because I will go into Lowe's and I will get distracted. Not quite as bad as Michael's, but oh, and just in case nobody heard, Michael's has acquired all of Joanne Fabric's shit. So we will be keeping stuff. Mhm. Oh my goodness. Mhm. Ugh. I don't want an adult today. I want to stay home. Mhm. Mhm. My brain wandered off halfway through. Halfway through the conversation I was having with me. Mhm. There we go. There we go. Yay. Mhm. My next stop and pay attention point is the line where the one non 939 thing is. Just so I can cruise back and forth. Mhm. Funny, I can feel the big AC. Um, I can feel its cold air coming down the hallway. You two, you two still alive, or do I have to send fire and rescue? Cat toast. I'm sure there's a story behind that. Is it toast shaped like a cat? Okay. Because I can't see a cat preparing toast, so. Okay. We're not foodies for the sake of sending pictures of food. We're foodies because we're like, the fuck? That's why we get food pictures. I haven't even hit the check bar. Holy fuck. Apparently I can't speak today. I have not hit the check box to see how many stitches I've done up to this point. Today is going to be one of those days where I just highlight all the stitches, and at the end, I see how many I've done. Because it's a color finish goal, not a stitch count goal. But I still have down this page, like all the big clumps of white you're seeing. That's mostly what we have left, and it gets this area is very. There's a lot less stitches, but it's like I want to get it done. I have this big, huge patch of blank to fill in. Another good thing I'm looking forward to about the setup upstairs is the support for all the microphones, the cameras, and whatnot. It's going to be much, much, much more stable. Oh, and so I'm gonna tell you my thought train. So I plan it's a big area with a 45-degree slant. Now I'm currently looking for shelving brackets that accommodate this kind of slant. Now I'm prepared to make my own brackets, but I'm going to be putting Hogwarts so that I'm facing Hogwarts because it's such a big piece. So I'm going to be putting Hogwarts on this area that's slanted and facing. It's safe, but it's facing down towards me. I'm going to make like a little corner. I'm going to frame in and make it like Starry Night kind of thing. So it's like it's really I have big plans for the Lego Hogwarts. But that brought up my thought process of, oh, I hate Rowling. And then that brought up the thought process of, did you know she vapes? I wanted to share. I took you on that walk to share that she vapes, and I'm kind of judgy about it. Oh yeah, and ads are incoming. I just dropped my needle. Wish me luck. I found it. Mhm. Well, that was kind of funny. My ad break was interrupted by a disconnect. Hilarious. Maybe I'll try tackling that project. That problem too. Mm. I'm almost done the long stretches. Mm. Pretty much lost where I am because this is one of the sections where I did a it was funny. So we got a new resident and and her family had set up a bed to be delivered. Not under this resident's name, but underneath her son's name, who we don't know who her son is. So these delivery guys come to the door asking for her son, and I'm like, I don't have anyone here by that name. And luckily enough, she's a firecracker, and she comes up behind me. She goes, "Yeah, that's for me," and it was like, I get a little frustrated. It's like, yes, I understand, but if you're gonna have deliveries, either warn us, give us give us the name that it's under, or be here for it to be when it's delivered. I also think this weekend I'm gonna bite the bullet and I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna focus. And you can stop laughing now. Um, I'm gonna make some TikTok shop videos because I do actually have a TikTok shop thing going on. It goes to my it gets sent to my website, but um and starting the advertising about the meadow dragons. Because I have three meadow dragons. Nightstone is not for sale, but Nightstone can be a marketing tool. And I have a sea serpent, so I can make advertisements. Huh. calls to make. I do have to pay the mortgage, though. But that's only a couple of button clicks.
Wave of power arises. From the ashes, new heroes born. An emergence of hope upon the horizon. A sense of victory at the break of dawn.
Mm-hmm.